Everybody, welcome to Pioneer Nexus MTG, coming at you with some mono red, the Scourge of the Pioneer format deck I've been kind of hesitant to cover, as it doesn't always offer the most interesting gameplay, even as someone who appreciates a good mono red deck. This is basically the standard mouse deck transported into Pioneer, and it's kind of over the last month or so just kind of taken over the format. You have Heartfire Hero, Emberheart Challenger, and Manifold Mouse, on top of Kumano faces Kakkazan and Rockface Village, giving these things haste, just pounding your opponent with Heartfire Hero, Emberheart Challenger, Manifold Mouse, making them either double strike or have trample, and then obviously Monstrous Rage helps you punch through damage. Burst Lightning is the best lightning bolt style effect card you have as an early removal spell. And then a couple lightning strikes to help punch through the damage as well. And then you have a decent mid-range game plan. You have 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant with Stomp and the 4/3 on the back end that also gets dealt 2 damage whenever a spell targets it. Screaming Nemesis and Sunspine Lynx help against life gain. Screaming Nemesis obviously is a pain in the butt to deal with. And then Sunspine Lynx comes in, deals a bunch of damage if they're a multicolored deck. Even as you'll see in this video, against it as a Phoenix opponent coming in, dealing 3/4 damage and leaving a 5/4 body behind. Screaming Nemesis really punishes opposing red decks or red-based removal. Also punishes big creatures, plus its life gain prevention on a stick, plus 3/3 hasty isn't terrible. Mana base, bunch of mountains, couple Ramunap Ruins, couple Rockface Villages, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 2 Mutavaults. Numbers on these can vary, but you do want a bunch of basic mountains so you're not punished too bad by your Sunspine Lynx, and get some use out of your utility lands is a good thing. Sideboard, 4 copies of Torch the Tower and 4 copies of Redcap Melee. Obviously very good in the mirror match. Torch the Tower also has some utility against things like Phoenix, which otherwise can keep coming back. Magebane Lizard, primarily here against Hooked on Phoenix and Lotus Field combo, as well as control punishing them. Rending Volley for any type of blue or white creatures. There aren't a ton of those in the format right now, but still a nice thing to have access to. A couple copies of Witchstalker Frenzy when you need to kill something like Shouldred or something big that red tends to struggle with. And that is mono red Misecapades. Let's get into some gameplay with it, shall we? Alright, so we're playing a little bit of Pioneer today. With mono red. Can't keep a creatureless hand in a creature-based deck. This hand is fine. Guess we put back one of the Manifold Mouses. Play Rockface Village. Fortunately, we can't play Burst Lightning or that. Cast a creature spell. There are some drawbacks to playing these, like Rockface Village and Mutavault and whatnot. So our opponent have 4 interaction on turn 1 as a blue deck. Opt. My opponent is searching for their options. Alright. So we're likely up against blue-white. Okay, never mind. We're up against Hooked on Phoenix. A deck that is resurged largely because it is good against mono. I'm not going to play out Mouse. I'm kind of hoping we get to double up next turn, draw another land, cast another Manifold Mouse. In the meantime, hold up 2 burn spells that are not the best in this matchup, but lands, mate. get to play a bad burn deck. So find out if our opponent has a spell purse. Nope. No spell purse is present. Still don't feel like playing anything right now. Obviously, if our opponent goes pick lock. Oh wow. So Corey Steele is now in Phoenix builds. Okay. Don't know if that's stock. I haven't been paying attention to Phoenix lists much lately, because we are playing the terror of the format. So I should look at some hooked on Phoenix lists while I'm waiting. So my opponent gets to start the Phoenix Master Station Bation. Yeah, I guess it is kind of becoming a thing in Phoenix. Makes some amount of sense. Because Lord knows the deck does need more threats. Dupe. So we're gonna play red. Do this. Play Emberheart Challenger. Opponent is smart. They will do nothing here. I guess if they have a lightning axe, they can just... Yeah, I don't know if we can actually fight around this currently. So that'd be +2 overall. Guess we'll go with it. I know it's not going to save the creature, but I'm looking to hit another land drop here. So... Yep, there's the Corey Steele. It's actually quite the terrifying card in Phoenix. They just get to make chump blockers. They get to do... I almost wonder if in something like Modern this wouldn't make sense too. The problem with Modern Phoenix is they just don't have the recursion with treasure cruise and whatnot, so... I don't know that we can set up a no TK through no removal. Like, our opponent's going to have a bunch of Phoenixes coming back. So they're going to hit us for approximately a ton of damage here. You have to shock it in. Hold up a removal spell, presumably. Okay, well, maybe it is a good game. Sure. Personally, probably would have saved that Torch the Tower. Not that it terribly matters, but... I try not to let my... Well, who am I kidding? I let my annoyances in all the time when I'm playing Magic. I really hate people that that say GG before the game is over. Like, obviously in their minds, there's nothing we can do. They have the game wrapped up. They're going to get a bunch of Phoenixes back. You know, etc. So, I'm just going to mute you, my friend, because... do. Set the Phoenix deck, do the Phoenix Master Station Bation. Alright, draw a bunch more cards. Sure. Always was some, like, risk that our opponent deck themselves, but a lot less likely with Corey Steelcutter in the mix. We don't really have a ton different to bring in. We have the 3 Magebane Lizards. Could conceivably bring in Torch the Tower for Phoenixes, but I think actually having the burn spells are a little bit better. Sunspine. Go down. All the burst lightnings. Bring in 3 Torch the Towers. This is why Phoenix has made a huge resurgence. It's just got a good red matchup. And unlike, Modern, where, there's a bunch of direct damage spells, this deck is very much reliant on legitimate creatures being in the mix. So, like, you have to do a lot of damage with your creatures with this deck, so. The Phoenix deck stumbled, but had just enough interaction, and we stumbled a little bit on our mana situation ourselves, so. On the red. I mean, yeah, you're seeing a lot of, like, the same, like, Urbosk's Forge. 4 Redcap Melee, 4 Torch the Tower, Magebane Lizard. So we get to get in 2 with Emberheart Challenger. I don't even know if we're supposed to try to board out the Lynx or not. Okay. Just play on curve. And it's got, an opt or something here. Artist Tout. My, that's a very painful way to deal with that. Sure. It's like, suddenly I want all my basic lands. Okay, here comes Treasure Cruise. Don't think the Phoenix decks play a lot of counter spells. Like, Okay. 2 Phoenixes come back, sure. Play this guy out. Play Emberheart Challenger. So the only nice thing about this is we do get to kill a Phoenix or exile a Phoenix here. Sure. Go ahead and play 2 mouses out here. Thought I muted you already. Apparently that doesn't hold through. Multiple games. Alright, so we probably do want the 4th Torch the Tower, but what would I shave for that? Or do we just roll with the 3 that we have? Just roll with the 3 we have. We are the aggro deck. We're not the control deck in this matchup. So while it is nice to have a bit of removal, don't want too much. Opponent is choosing if they wish to play first. So, hello, my opponent, my old friend. I wish you'd click so we can play again. I know it's a hard decision. We're both here to play Magic, not wait for you to do nothing. I think we keep, though 2 lands is slayed lightly. Kakkazan faces, Kumano faces Kakkazan. We get to make the Emberheart Challenger slightly bigger, which might be relevant, though unlikely against all your removal spells. Oh yes, we try. Damage is important, so smash you.
Are you seeing through a recording?
Yes, yes I am. How to make my wife cringe, me attempting to sing again.
You're actually recording right now.
Yes, I am actually recording right now, while being a complete tool. Yes? Yeah, we already know this ain't my day job.
Okay. Just so we're aware.
Oh, okay, sure. Could make it my night job, though.
You have a night job.
No, I don't. It's called sleeping.
I am your night job.
That's my night pleasure, not my night job.
This week it might be a job.
Well, for you it's a job. For me it's a pleasure to annoy the ever-living crap out of you.
End of month is not a pleasure.
It's a pleasure for me.
No, because you're cranky.
Yeah, well, you know. That's why I'm getting the last vestiges of joy out of my heart before...
Oh, I wish I could get... Never mind.
I see, dear. No, but I can infer. All right. Phoenix comes in. Okay, let's play good old Bonecrusher Giant. Corey Steel, sure. And the Corey Steel, make a dude, sure. Alright, so go ahead and do that. I definitely goofed on the sequencing here. I think we just go ahead and pass. I wonder if we're going to see a Corey Steel suited up on an Arclight Phoenix. That'd be kind of hilarious. Oh, artist talent. Need to make a bunch of dudes. Nope. Oh my. Oh, that's a whole lot of fun there. So what do you block? So Rage would not keep it alive. Opponent's deciding how they wish to block. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay. Doop, doop. I think we missed lethal there. I missed lethal with Rockface. Wow, so we beat the boogeyman. Well, we are the boogeyman that beat the deck that's supposed to beat up on us, so that's nice.